Hi friends, it's Reverend Laurie with Unity of Ocala, coming to you on a very rainy Monday. I'm taping today, so you'll get this on Wednesday, but I was just inspired by the rain. I'm a little damp. I was out and caught in a wonderful thunderstorm with tons of water, which is wonderful for my garden. So now I'm enjoying it from the dry spaces inside. Last week, we talked a little bit about ways and spiritual tools to help us get out of the left side of the brain and into the right side, to escape from that space of the ego, that space that is dominated by thoughts about fear and lack and worry and despair, confusion, uncertainty, all of those things of the ego and of the world. And as we are able to get out of that space and open to the right side of the brain, which is dominated by the spirit, and where we can receive fresh guidance and look at new ways to solve problems, to manage challenges, to navigate through dilemma. And that is where I find peace. And I access that side of our brain through art. And anything artistic is going to help you shift from that ego side to the spirit side. Any type of art, music, meditation, walking in nature, anything that gets you out of the ego opens you up to this wonderful newness and beauty and where the true self is. And I suggested that you try just a little painting. That's the medium of my choice, but there's millions of ways to get into this other brain and express God's divine ideas through you. But art has been easy for me, and I encourage you to just put some paint on a canvas, to just start with one color, a monochrome, and use different shades of that color. Oh, do you hear that thunder? It's really coming down. To use a white and a black with that color that you choose that maybe kept coming to you during the day, but just to give that picture different tones of the same color, just to keep it very simple, very easy, and the lights and shadows are already there when you're just doing monochrome with just shading and lights. And so I did purple, and I put purple in the corners and very light in the middle, and just went from there to see what would happen. And so this week, I just wanted to show you kind of what came of that. When I left you, I wanted it to dry, because what happens when you're doing a painting, especially after meditation, you have an opportunity to just put the paint out there. And then I always suggest that my students stop, let that background or those edges dry so that we can see what the picture's going to become. The picture already has an image in it. It may be coming from a higher space than your earthly space. We don't know, but I know that a picture will paint itself. So I let this picture dry and I came back to it and I turned it all different ways and I backed up and I looked at the possibilities, and it was endless. There were so many things this picture was starting to become. So I decided with something simple, because I was kind of feeling tossed about in a storm, tossed about on the waves of indecision and worry and wondering how to do things in a new way, in this new way of being that we are being pushed into. And I decided to go with the storm and the stormy seas and just paint what I saw. And I saw some waves in those shades of purple. And I saw a moon in that light center. And I saw some rocks coming through those waves on the right. So I'm going to show you what I created. I just put a little bit more paint down, the colors we already used. And I just started a little seascape. You can see that the picture had the design. I added a few clouds, added the moon, added the reflection and a few waves, but you can see that we can continue this painting. It can get richer and deeper. I can do more cloud work with highlights and shadows. I like the reflections of the clouds off of the water, but it would be nice to do from the shore to give this some perspective, just maybe some fronds of a palm leaf coming over. What that will do is bring the beach up a little closer and really set that horizon way back. So this ocean looks massive and glittery, and I'll add a few more sparks. But you can see now, without that centerpiece, as I turned it around, it could be all kinds of different things. But the picture will show you what it wants to be. But the beautiful thing about this type of an exercise, no matter what you put on your canvas or what colors you use, the beautiful thing is you'll begin to immediately connect to a different source. You will feel it. You will begin to breathe easier. That's what this experience is about. That's what this exercise is about. What I'm encouraging you to do is to notice how you're feeling. When you're not trying to create something that's coming from somewhere in your brain, but you're just playing with the color and then looking at what the picture's becoming. You're going to find this is a wonderful tool to improve your art skills, because the picture will show you what needs highlighted and darkened and brought out and set back. And it's a tool of life because it will help you understand in a more deeper way how to connect with spirit. So I encourage you to do that often as possible, especially during times like this. And I'm going to leave our time together because my computer's doing some crazy things. It's getting a little fuzzy. It's already cut out on me twice. So you might get a couple of recordings of this, all a little different. Bear with us. We're learning new ways to do new things and navigate new challenges. But I want to leave our time for this Wednesday Love Notes with this beautiful little poem I found in my favorite little Unity poem book. It's called Reminder. It's by Lewis Snelling, and this is so beautiful. I like to watch a wild and chattering stream as it forsakes its swift and noisy pace to slip into a deep and quiet pool and rest a while within the sheltered space. I always think the brook has stopped to pray, reminding me that in the midst of giving, I too must seek some tranquil spot where peace can make me strong again and fit for Christ-like living. Get those paintbrushes out. Find that prayer in the quiet stream. Get out of your left brain and get into your right mind. I love you. I'll see you Sunday. Have a fabulous week. Bye-bye.